Okay, my name is Dorothy. People call me Dee Dee. I am 35 years old. I had a massive hemorrhagic stroke Christmas Eve of 2012. I am not able to work because I am affected on the left side of my body. My hand and arm don't work. I can walk with a cane or any other assistive device like a walker, but I have a lot of time on my hands because I stay home by myself except for days that I go to therapy, which are 2 days a week. So really what I've been trying to do is find ways to reach out to people and maybe become involved with other people who are new to stroke recovery and need someone that they can bounce ideas off of and just look for support from. So I decided that this might be a way for me to reach out and touch other people's lives and do some good. Let's see. I had a baby 12 days before my stroke. I had an emergency C-section, and they left 2 bleeders inside of my abdomen. So 24 hours after the surgery, they'd given me 7 units of plasma and blood, and then they had to go back into my abdomen and repair the damage they had done. I had come home from the hospital, and like 8 days later, I had a stroke laying in bed of my home. I got lucky. My boyfriend called 911 and they knew what the symptoms were and that it was a stroke right away. So I received medical care pretty quickly. I was in the ICU for most of January, and then on January 10th, I went to Health South of Henderson Rehabilitation Hospital, where I spent 6 weeks of my time, and I did intensive inpatient therapy, which the staff at Health South is just amazing. From the therapy team to the nurses to just even the kitchen staff. I was not able to eat normal food at first. I lost control of the swallow. So I was on a thickened diet, and then I went to pureed and ground food, and then I eventually went to being able to eat regular food, but my taste buds were different. I didn't like things that I liked before. So every day when I picked my menu items, it was difficult because I didn't know what I would like that day. But the kitchen almost always served gravy with their food. So as long as I could cover things in gravy, I could at least get some of it down so that I could get some of the nutrition that I needed. Well, the kitchen staff started to realize that I liked gravy on everything. So they would add gravy to my menu even if it wasn't what they were offering that day to go on the meal. And even when it was, they would put extra gravy on there, on the menu, and if I wanted extra gravy that day, I could circle it. And they were just really caring about what nutrition I was getting and came to know me individually, even though it wasn't really their job to take care of me or even really know me. It was just their job to set my tray up and send it to my room. I don't have PVA, but since the stroke, I have become emotional. I was never a crier before the stroke. My family jokes that they would try to make me cry and they couldn't. And now crying has become a normal activity. But my baby is 10 months old now. I don't keep him during the day when I stay home because I can't care for him since the left side of my body doesn't work. I can't walk while holding him. I can't really hold him. He's 20 pounds at 10 months. so he goes to daycare, but my family tries to make my interactions with him at least meaningful. I try to feed him meals in his high chair or play with him on the floor. He's healthy. He has been healthy. He's a great baby. He's adorable. My boyfriend's been incredible. But the one thing that we do as a couple is we don't talk about him like he's a caregiver. Because I've heard of stories where when one partner is taking care of the other one, like it changes the dynamics of their relationship. And I don't want him to feel like he's just taking care of another one of the kids. Combined, him and I have 6 kids. 6 kids. We share one in common. He has 2 from a previous marriage, and I have 3 from previous marriages. And the thing is everybody's been impacted by it. Even my 17-year-old who lives in another state with her father has been impacted by it. Because when she comes to visit, my activities are limited to my abilities. So she spends a lot of time at home, sitting with me watching TV, or just hanging out. When I first came home from the rehab hospital in March of 2013, I was still unable to walk at all, even with an assistive device. I could transfer from the wheelchair to the toilet, but I couldn't pull my own pants down or go to the bathroom on my own, so my family had to assist me with that. So if anybody who gets a chance to watch this has any questions or needs someone to just tell them once again that it gets better slowly, inch by inch, I'm here to do that. I hated that. That was the most annoying thing when I was in the hospital. Well, we don't know how long it's going to take for you to get better. It just takes time. You got to be patient. That was the most frustrating thing in the world to hear when the stroke first happened. I mean, 34 years old and I can't use the potty, I can't walk, I can't drive, I can't make my own food, I can't dress myself. That is not the kind of advice you want to hear. We don't know how long it's going to be till you get better. I mean, I know there were times I just wished for just a regular injury. They could say, you know what, it takes 6 months for your arm to heal. 6 months of rehab and the bones are back to where they need to be and you're good. But it's not like that with a stroke. So, if you have suffered a stroke or you know someone who has, I wish you the best of luck in your recovery. Thank you.